Hello, my dear viewers. It is March 13th, a traditional review of events at the fronts of the Ukrainian war. Let's move on to the frontline news. Here are the main directions. As before, I see the Donetsk, the area, and Chasiv-Yarsky, which is in the Donetsk direction, is a very remarkable moment. Yesterday and the day before yesterday, on the enemy's attempts to break through in the area of Berdichi were already falling, and the reason for it was that part of the reserve that the enemy had transferred in order to attack and dislodge us from the watershed. Heights in this area were transferred to the area of Krasnohorivka, or rather Severnaya Krasnohorivka, to the area of Nevelskoye. In the area of Nevelskoye, another operational crisis was formed for the enemy as a result of our offensive actions. Yesterday, there was a statement from our Ministry of Defense that we had taken control of the settlement. Nevelskoye, the day before, our troops, having crossed the stream over the local river, entered the central part of Pervomaskoye. Thus, a direct threat was created for the encirclement of this enemy grouping or repulsion. In order to stop this problem, the enemy transferred reserves here. Already yesterday evening there were counterattacks in this sector, and the enemy counterattacked both in Pervomaskoye and in the area of Nevelskoye, I repeat. This made it possible to significantly simplify the situation in the area of Tonenki, Orlovka, and Berdichi. As a result, yesterday our troops successfully advanced in the area of both Tonenka and Orlovka, and they even carried out counterattacks in the area of Berdichi. That is, again we see that the enemy's reserves are not infinite. He has to stop one breakthrough after another to transfer these reserves from one sector of the front to another, and we wish our guys in both directions the success of the successful advance. The situation for the enemy is really in the Krasnohorivka area. The situation is very, very dangerous. Now we're moving a bit south to the Novomikhailivka area. There our troops have been launching serious artillery and airstrikes in the last few days. It's obvious they're preparing the next phase of the offensive operation. The day before yesterday, our troops even advanced a bit in the Georgivka area, in the Victory area. They created a convenient bridgehead for further envelopment of this grouping from the north. Here the enemy is also already showing signs of an operational crisis, so to speak. And the pressure is also continuing in Novomikhailivka itself. Taking into account the fact that the day before yesterday, or rather perhaps yesterday, our aviation was working very powerfully here as well as our artillery. New powerful attacks in this sector of the front. Let's wish our guys luck, like in the Krasnohorivka area. Other directions. Now the Ovyar direction is also one of the main directions. Our troops continue their efforts to evict the enemy in the Ivanovskoye area. They have already managed to push them beyond Ivanovskoye. Now they're trying to seize the settlement. There were reports yesterday suggesting we had occupied the entire settlement, but unfortunately this is not the case as of yet. The truth is that a gray zone has formed as a result of our air and artillery strikes south of Ivanovskoye, between Ivanovets and Kryshchayevka, and our troops are gradually starting to take over. We are establishing our new strongholds. The slow chipping away at the enemy's defense continues. From other fronts, the Zaporizhzhia sector is worth noting, where there were regular battles in the Verbovoye area yesterday. In other directions, there was a lull in operations. We are keeping a close eye on the situation since the enemy is clearly trying to stage more provocations, especially in the Chern area. In the vicinity of Crimea, I anticipate that more provocation should be expected in the next day or two. It's also possible there might be a repeat provocation targeting the Bryansk, Kursk, and Belgorod regions. The local population should remain vigilant, especially those living near the border.